Hi guys, I'm Shmee and I'm driving in the GT8 for actually only the third time I've ever driven it. I drove it from Gaydon, the Aston Martin factory, across to the NEC for Autosport. Yesterday I went shopping in London, just a little drive, and today I'm out again with 75 miles on the clock in total. So it is still a very new car that I am going to be babying, not driving like a lunatic. I talked about that in an earlier video, but this is kind of one of my fuel for thought videos because I wanted to talk a little bit about the events and car rallies of 2017, the things that I've got planned and places I'm going to go and events I'm going to be taking part in, and in particular, as you know from the title, am I going to be doing the 2017 Gumball 3000 Rally? Now, I'll get to that in a second. Firstly, please accept my apologies if the low sun is really annoying. It's obviously still winter, but today is a lovely day, even if it's only 2 or 3 degrees. But it is, however, very annoying where the sun is and making it quite hard to see anything, let alone what your cameras, my cameras, are showing to you guys. So, the Gumball Rally this year, it is a spectacular route. It goes from Riga in Latvia to Mykonos in Greece. It will go down through Croatia and Albania, some amazing roads that I drove on my Fuel Faction tour back last September, and it is a route I would truly love to do. I've done the last 5 Gumball rallies, so this would have been my 6th consecutive trip, which would have been quite spectacular, but I'm afraid I am not going to be there because there is a scheduling conflict. The Goodwood Festival of Speed is the same weekend as the Gumball starts, and I just could not face missing Goodwood. That event is one of my favourites of the calendar. There is so much going on. The whole automotive community descends on this one event, and I just couldn't miss it. I have some special surprises already in store, but Goodwood took a while to announce their dates this year, and it shuffled around because it always bases on the Formula 1 calendar, which has some extra races and things going on. So Goodwood is the week later than expected, which means it's the same week as Gumball, which also, by the way, is the same week as the Summer Modball Rally, so I won't be on either of those, unfortunately, this year. However, I do have the most ridiculously packed schedule and calendar for 2017 that I have ever had in January of a year. The amount of different events we're already planning in is getting a little bit crazy. I can't yet tell you which cars I'm going to have on which event because, generally speaking, I don't know at this stage. I don't know when the AMG GTR is going to come, and I don't know if I'm going to buy something else this year as well that I might take to some of these events. But what I can tell you is that I am going to do the Streetgasm Rally, which starts in Amsterdam, goes to Spain. That is before Goodwood, that's in June. Can't wait to get there to Amsterdam. First time doing it. I've always sort of followed and been aware of Streetgasm. They've been running for a while now, but some pretty cool wraps and stuff goes down on that trip, so hopefully I'll take 1, maybe 2 cars on Streetgasm. I'm going to be doing a Fuel Faction in May. There'll be another Fuel Faction, most likely in Italy, and if it's in Italy that means the name will be Due, because it will be Fuel Faction 2, so I'll come back to you with a lot more about that in due course as well. General events, January, well, we're nearly over now, pretty quiet month. February, never very much happening in February. I might go back to Dubai, maybe try and catch up with Supercars Club Arabia and their Del Monia Rally. In March, we've got the Geneva Motor Show, which looks set to be pretty awesome. I'm hopefully going to drive the FF down, take it skiing. I've always wanted to take the FF skiing. It's 4-wheel drive, I've got winter tyres for it, and I can shove my skis in the back. And you might know, if you remember from the past, that I used to be a ski instructor, so I can kind of ski and have a bit of fun. Maybe do something stupid if I can find somewhere appropriate to do it. So watch this space, hopefully that's going to be coming. April, we normally do the Where Shmee tour. This year is going to be no exception. I'll be doing a Where Shmee tour down to Top Marks Monaco. We'll be involved in that. Now, I won't be there the whole time like last year, and like I said, I don't yet know which cars I'm going to have down there, but I should be there, hopefully having been to Cars and Coffee in Brescia, Italy beforehand. I love going to that, Cars and Coffee Turin and Brescia. And, well, you probably know because you see the videos. I'm frequently down there whenever I can catch up with the guys. Such a great car community in Italy, and always a lot of fun. Then we've got rally season through the summer, through May, June and July, and there is other stuff I haven't yet planned or fully, I guess, worked out and detailed out, but there are a lot of trips ahead of me for this year, and I'm sure there'll be things I don't yet know about. For example, press launches. We've got a very exciting Geneva Motor Show because we're going to have the Lamborghini Aventador S, probably the hardcore version of the Huracan, which is supposedly going to be the Performante. McLaren are going to release the P14, the replacement to the P11, the Super Series, which is probably the 720S, and from the spy shots that thing looks beautiful. Will there be a new Ferrari F12 maybe? Aston Martin, is it SUV time? Basically there's just tons of new cars, and hopefully there'll be press launches and some awesome videos I can bring you with these cars. Maybe there'll be a Bugatti Chiron opportunity sometime not too far away to drive. That would be cool. I would really like to drive the Chiron. And obviously I've got tons of stuff to bring you with this car as well, so there'll be lots more things sort of spontaneously coming up and being thrown into the agenda along the way. What else is on the cards? Well, I need to think about this. There are places that I keep getting asked if I'm going to go. Am I going to go to Australia? Unfortunately, no plans. I'd love to go to Australia though, just need the right kind of event to come up. Asia and America. At the moment, I don't actually have anything planned outside of European trips and going to Dubai again, potentially. I'd love to go further afield again, but it's really, really hard to organise things. But, you know, if there are cool events on and I can find out about them, you can be sure if I can get there, I am going to get there. But sometimes a little bit harder than I'd like it to be. So with the cars, back to what's happening when, which cars are going to go to which event. This is the thing that's virtually impossible for me to work out, and this sounds like such a big non-problem, but it is so complicated, because if I were to take, say, one car on every trip, I would do something like 20,000, 25,000 miles on it in no time at all, which you can't do. And a car like this, for example, I need to be pretty sensible with how much I drive it. I don't want to do stupid mileage sitting on motorways. That's no fun. That's not in my interest at all. I'd like to do a tour around the UK in the Mini. I think that would be really cool. And I might be able to get involved in the Mini Challenge series, and if I can, then obviously I'll announce which races I'm going to be at. But I think the Mini, there's a big event, a complete brain block on the name right now, so you'll have to excuse me about that. But I don't really have anything too planned in at the moment with that. See what I can work out. Ah yes, there's also the London to Brighton, but I can't do that, unfortunately. That's a schedule clash. It's really difficult how many of these events coincide with each other. But we have the McLaren that I want to take on at least one pure McLaren day, track day. So I'll work out which one fits the schedule best. Then I have the GT8 here, but basically I'm not going to do any driving just for the sake of driving, but I would definitely like to take it on at least one bit of tour. Just imagine the noise of this exhaust system out in the mountains. Just, it's pretty incredible, this system. Sounds monumentous. So driving this somewhere where I can let it sing properly is very much on my radar. The McLaren, again, I've done lots of miles in it already. It's already done. I think it's just coming up to 6,000 miles in a couple of months. And that's definitely not the end of it. It's going to do quite a few more. But I need to be a little bit controlled, even though I plan on keeping the car as long as I can. Just because otherwise it gets out of hand and it needs way too many services and it gets through everything. And I found out recently how much a set of McLaren ceramic rotors brake discs are. And let's just say it nearly made me faint. It's half a Focus RS, let's just put it that way. So we don't want to get to that too quickly. This car has steel brakes because I'm not necessarily intending to do many track days in it. Maybe I'll do one or two over time, but I basically want to use it as a car to drive on the roads. On which topic, pretty much every single person you drive by in this car turns and stares, because it is so noisy, it is so dramatic, and the colours are so bright and bold that it is literally, you have to be super sort of aware that the whole world is watching you, and that can make it a little bit self-conscious to drive around London. So I don't see it as my frequent city car. Well, I never did. I did not buy this car to sit and poodle around London in it, like I am doing now. I just wanted to drive it because it's my new toy. So it's not going to do too much of this. I think the, dare I say it, Ferrari is probably more appropriate, even if the fuel economy is next to the worst possible. Got a bit of traffic coming right now. But generally speaking, so far, it's going pretty well. The FF I took out actually earlier today for the first time. I realised I've only done about 100 miles in it in 2 months. And I feel a bit ashamed about that, because for somebody who drives his cars an awful lot, that is a tiny, tiny, tiny number. Can we go? Yes. But fortunately it's running fine. The battery hasn't gone on me. All is well. That noise. Just wait until I've got this in the mountains and we're doing something proper with it. Just trust me, it's going to be incredible. Well, it is incredible. It's not going to be incredible. So yes, excuse me for waffling on a lot. The basic gist, the plans for this year, busy, busy, busy as always. The main events I'm going to be at that I know so far: Cars and Coffee Brescia, Top Marks Monaco, Street Gasm, and there'll be a fuel faction. Oh, excuse the traffic announcement. There'll be a fuel faction as well, but I'll come to you with that in due course. But we've got lots of things planned, loads and loads and loads and loads of small events along the way, all dotted in and around the main stuff. But it looks set to be a pretty busy year. If there's anything in particular you'd like to see from me, by all means let me know, and I'll try and come back to you on that. I'd love to film some stuff with the AMG GTR if I can. I'll talk to Mercedes and AMG about that, of course, seeing if there's any ability to access behind the scenes. Oh, I haven't said I'll be doing some ice driving, some winter driving stuff in January, February, just some small trips. I've definitely lost out on lanes here. There we go. Right, that means I get to put my foot down. Oh, that nearly went wrong with the van pulling out. Yeah, so the ice driving I'm looking forward to. I haven't been for quite a couple of years actually, but always a lot of fun, so no doubt this year will be too. Anyway, I am sorry for talking so long. I just wanted to take out the GT8 for a little drive around London. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm sorry there's no Gumball 3000 2017, but maybe there will be again in the future. We shall see. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you soon. Cheers.